Just moments ago, a shocking announcement from Zara Tindall has sent ripples through royal corridors and captivated the world's attention. What devastating revelation could shake the foundations of her mother's legacy? This unexpected moment is just the tipping point in a saga filled with hidden drama and untold stories. Strap in for an expose that dives deep into the tensions, unparalleled pressures, and the enigmatic world of a royal legacy under siege. Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. The words were unexpected and surreal, as if plucked from the pages of history's most tumultuous chapters, an announcement so striking that it promises to rewrite everything known about Princess Anne's legacy. Zara's declaration unfolded like a bolt from the blue, packed with a power that seemed to pulse with the very heartbeat of the monarchy itself. In that singular moment, time seemed to pause, leaving the privileged halls of royal estates and the awestruck gazes of ordinary citizens hanging on every word. Astonishment was the prevailing sentiment of visceral reaction that swept through the fabric of both the elite and the everyday, knitting them together in a shared narrative of disbelief. The corridors of power and privilege trembled as whispers were exchanged in hurried tones, the normally stoic faces of royal confidants betraying rare glimpses of vulnerability. Outside the palace confines, the public grappled with the implications, struggling to reconcile their admiration for Princess Anne with the shadows cast by Zara's unveiling. This was not merely an announcement, it was the unearthing of a secret world, a revelation poised to disrupt the genteel facade of royal life. The final days before this moment had been thick with unspoken tensions. A brewing storm waiting to unleash its fury when shoaling questions knocked at the doors of secrecy, demanding entry and answers. Princess Anne's life, once a solitary beacon of service and elegance, now became the backdrop of a captivating mystery. She, the unassuming stalwart of royal duties, had lived her life under a veil of understated prominence. Yet Zara's words hinted at a deeper narrative, one interwoven with intrigue, concealed beneath decades of public admiration. The question on everyone's lips: what had Zara unearthed? What caches of carefully hidden truths now saw the light, thrust into the forefront by a daughter determined to cast off burdens not of her own making? Hints of long-lost secrets and concealed stories danced on the edges of public consciousness, each clue embedded craftily within moments of history, in plain sight but unseen. Rumors whispered of hushed conversations, of locked letters and unexplored corners of a woman's life who served tirelessly yet privately. Zara's revelation did not merely promise revelations, it embodied them, pulling thread after thread from the decorum that stitched the royal narrative together. A tapestry of questions formed from the fabric of her mother's quiet strength and resilience, unraveling an epic tale fit for the grandest of storytellers. As Zara steps into the spotlight, her revelation casts a long shadow upon the legacy of a woman who once seemed untouchable, leading us to question how such a powerful narrative remained hidden until now. They say actions speak louder than words, but in Anne's case, what hasn't been said is just as important. For many, Princess Anne stands as the epitome of royal resilience, a steadfast figure unswayed by the tides of modern monarchic evolution. Yet beneath this veneer of unyielding practicality lies a tapestry of experiences, untold struggles, and quiet insurgencies that form the hidden chapters of her life. Draped in stoicism, her public persona is but a fragment of a multifaceted story. Anne, often mistaken for simply the no-nonsense princess, has woven her legacy through actions carved in the shadows, unspoken yet thunderous in their reverberations. In the lavish halls where the world sees only grace and regality, whispers of Anne's trials linger yet echo soundlessly. Behind the grand doors, away from the harsh glare of public scrutiny, lies a life steeped in complexity and conflict. Long before the world came to recognize her indomitable spirit, Princess Anne fought silent battles within her family's gilded confines. Every decision weighed against centuries of tradition, every word measured to complement the royal mirror. It was here, in the echoing silence, that Anne found herself locked in a dance between duty and self, a dynamic that required the resilience she so publicly embodied. Her unseen struggles were as vast as the legacy she was expected to uphold. Anne was anything but indifferent to the burdens of the crown she would never wear. The whispers of palace walls spoke of a loneliness that royalty often accompanied a title that fastened expectations to her being like shackles of invisible weight. She navigated turbulent tides of familial obligation and personal desire, with a poise that became synonymous with her name. They whispered, as always, of potential destinies foregone, and choices made not with the heart but with the mind. Amidst these untold tales lies Anne's complex relationship with her children, particularly her daughter Zara. In a world where her every move was observed, every word dissected, Anne aspired to shield her children from the weight that comes with royal lineage. Her interactions with Zara were not merely those of a princess with her progeny, but rather a mother fiercely protective and perpetually attuned to the winds of change and controversy that could so easily carry away innocence. The bond they shared was no simple lineage of blue blood, but a tapestry of whispers and truths softly spoken in the shadows. And so, from her close confidants, we hear of a softer side of Anne, a side that remained hidden from the public eye. Gleaned anecdotes tell of warmth and vulnerability that brushed through the cracks of her stoic fade. These were moments lightly painted with smiles and a heart unburdened by duty, a glimpse into a woman far removed from her diurnal poise. Yet, despite these revelations, she remained, to the world, primarily the royal family's stalwart defender, a title she didn't attempt to shed but wore with a knowing grin, an affirmation of battles quietly won and lessons ultimately taught. Perhaps most intriguing is the enigma of a past event whispered about in hushed tones, a mystery that has managed to cling to Anne's shadow like a reluctant phantom. A chapter in her life that those closest to her spoke of only behind closed doors, it settled over her public image like a specter that both taunted and intrigued. It cast a lengthening silhouette when prying eyes turned away, a story that, while not shuttered away for distaste, revealed volumes about the path she refused to tread. What remains eternal in the court of public opinion is not the event itself, but the stiff bravado with which she met its challenges. As we peel back the layers of Princess Anne's enigmatic existence, Zara's announcement promises to unlock yet another myriad of tales and questions that will keep everyone guessing. Her declaration not only opens a floodgate of curiosity, but beckons a realm where perception dances with reality, and truth grapples with mystery. The world girds itself for revelations unexpected, stories untold, and secrets yet concealed within the regal carriage of this royal family, a drama of legacy, insurgence, and ultimately, vindication. Zara Tindall embarks on a secret mission, cloaked in mystery and veiled by official duties. Driven by undisclosed whispers and familial duty, her quest to uncover hidden truths about her mother's legacy leads her down a path fraught with unexpected allies and shadowy figures. In whispered corners of grand libraries and among the scent of ancient parchment in dimly lit archives, she begins her pursuit, a journey both thrilling and perilous. Zara's unexplained disappearances from public life become a tapestry of clandestine meetings and solitary research missions, the details of which are known to but a select few. Here, hidden beneath layers of time and duty, lay discoveries that promise to rewrite the familial chronicles whispered over evening fires. Historians renowned yet discreet, archivists with secrets encased in unyielding vaults, and insiders who have painted their own places in history with experiences untold, these become Zara's unlikely guides. Each encounter is rich with tales that waver between fact and the extraordinary, their voices a chorus of forgotten truths and intentional omissions. They present Zara with known histories and hidden enigmas, drawing her deeper into a labyrinth that challenges even her seasoned resolve. The weight of potential discoveries hangs heavy upon her, an emotional tempest that surges between duty and desire, between personal loss and a yearning for untold truth. Cryptic pieces of evidence emerge, each more compelling than the last, a family crest altered, an ancient letter with unfamiliar script, whispers of portraits defaced and names stricken from records with malignant purpose. Each fragment is a clue to a past carefully constructed and preserved, yet fragile and filled with fissures upon closer inspection. Her inner turmoil grows, an emotional crucible where feelings for the mother she adored intertwine with suspicions that rattle her core. Will the truths she uncovers illuminate her path, or will they shroud it in deeper shadows? Royal family members aware of her pursuits communicate in veiled language, hints exchanged in hurried, sidelong glances and hushed corridors. The quest becomes a delicate dance of alliance and betrayal, as the path she carves threatens to stir the ancient dust of monumental secrets. Legends fiercely guarded by tradition's iron grip. These legends do more than hint at variegated history. They challenge the very core of the royal family's public image, offering a view of its scaled rafters that few have dared to contemplate. Yet as Zara draws closer to the heart of the mystery, the veil lifts ever so slightly, inviting more questions just as it answers others, and pushing us further into the unknown chapters of Anne's saga. It becomes a quest unending, a passage through untamed woods with echoes of gossamer whispers that promise revelation just beyond the reach of her fingertips. Discovery looms, a dual-edged offering that beckons with both fearsome truths and profound enlightenment, the final whisper of a tale unfurling in the annals of royal legacy. What lurks inside the royal closets? Unseen skeletons rattle louder than ever as Zara's revelations expose hidden family disputes and royal secrets. It's a minefield where loyalties are tested and allegiances questioned. Prepare for shocking moments that force the royal family to confront their past like never before. In the shadowy corridors of the royal estate, secrets whispered through generations start to unravel. Each whispered tale of betrayal and deceit, once lost to the annals of time, resurfaces amidst the cold elegance of the palace walls. Disputed royal records emerge, their discrepancies as glaring as the midday sun glaring upon a tapestry of misrepresented histories. They paint a portrait of a monarchy not as seamless as it desires itself to be, a tapestry interwoven not just with silk and gold but with lies and omissions. The records of royal decrees and doctrines have, over the years, morphed into an intricate weave of convenience and manipulation, tailored to fit the narrative of power rather than the truth of past events. Amidst this tangled web of carefully crafted fictions, personal and political rivalries simmer beneath the polished veneer of regal harmony. Within the royal household, these rivalries ripple like undercurrents in a tempestuous sea, threatening to sweep away the facade of unity the monarchy strives to uphold. These are not mere squabbles over influence or favor, but deep-seated contentions that stretch back across generations, jealousies and enmities that a lineage of tradition could not obliterate. What becomes unbearably clear is that the crown's lustrous shine is tarnished by long-standing resentments that, against all royal decorum, finally find a voice through Zara's bold defiance. She stands, an indomitable force against a tide of unvoiced grudges, confronting the family elders with a fierce determination to excavate truth from the rubble of embellished history. Her questions, unwavering and piercing, seek out the crevices where truth hides, casting glaring light upon the shadows of disputed narratives and demanding answers long buried beneath layers of royal propriety. This confrontation does not merely stir dust from the past, it resonates with the echoes of long-silent scandals, each revelation a jolt that threatens to redefine Anne's legacy as queen. The scandals, hushed and forgotten, breathe once more, as if eager to leave their mark on the pages of history for a second time, altering perceptions and possibly rewriting the very essence of the throne's enduring legacy. As Zara's revelations cross lines, tensions within the royal household swell to a crescendo. The boundaries of protocol and tradition, once the bedrock of this storied monarchy, begin to fray as her revelations probe forbidden territories. The royal family, poised at the edge of an abyss, teeters as the fragile balance between past and present shudders under the weight of emerging truths. As the storm brews and the royal house braces for impact, Zara's determined pursuit reveals cracks within the monarchy, setting the stage for revelations that are bound to change everything. The unraveling monarchy stands at the threshold of a new era, its future balanced precariously upon the revelations of its own concealed truths. Will they weather this storm, or will these skeletons, now glaring and unbound, alter the course of the throne forever? The tides of history await their final act, and as the stage is set, the world holds its breath in anticipation. Discover the truth behind the legacy Princess Anne may never have wanted to leave behind. Zara exposes a carefully curated image that hides an unexpected reality. As we unravel Anne's unintended legacy, the depth of her influence and the burden she carries emerge, entangling Zara in a web of heartache and redemption. Princess Anne, forever under the shadow of regal tradition and demanding expectations, had always yearned for a life unfettered by the crown's often crippling weight. One could easily assume she relished the grandeur bestowed upon her. But Anne was a rebel at heart, determined to etch her own path amidst the golden chains of royalty. She often found solace in the quiet corners of grand halls, dreaming not of imperial dominance, but of simple human aspirations, a space untouched by duty, where desires could flourish unencumbered. Anne's vision for her progeny's future deviated dramatically from the royal lineage's well-trodden path. Unlike her ancestors who sought to preserve an unyielding status quo, Anne envisioned a world where her children could forge identities untethered by the heavy cloak of royalty. She imagined stolen moments of childhood innocence, free from the scrutiny unleashed by the crown's imperatives. Anne whispered of futures bound not by legacy, but by personal agency, hoping her children would escape the labyrinth of tradition that had ensnared her life. It was amidst these whisperings and shared dreams that Zara began to uncover the complexity of her mother's ambitions. An amalgam of fierce independence and concealed anxieties, Anne's aspirations were fraught with contradictions that Zara only began to piece together with time. The revelations were delicate, like fractured glass revealing new dimensions with each shift. Zara, delving deeper into her mother's intentions, found herself navigating a maze of hope and disillusionment, uncovering unspoken regrets and fervent hopes. From their intimate moments together, Zara drew a tapestry of insights that illuminated Anne's personal legacy. There were anecdotes painted with poignancy, flashes of laughter intertwined with tears, revealing the contours of a legacy deeply personal and yet intricately universal. These moments were reflections of Anne's heart, vivid, nuanced, and not easily pigeonholed into any singular expectation of what a princess should be. Her mother had dreamed aloud to Zara, sharing glimpses of what a different world could hold. Yet, beneath Zara's revelations lay the hidden motivations tangled with her quest for understanding. For Zara, this uncovering was not merely for clarity's sake, but driven by her own quietly burning desires, aspirations that often pulled her in conflicting directions. She was compelled to reconcile the promises of a liberated future with the responsibilities her lineage demanded. It was a realization fraught with tension, a shadow as present as it was elusive, that watching her mother's struggles unfold had sown seeds within her desires for autonomy layered with an ingrained sense of duty. As the facade Anne carefully crafted began to crumble, a heartbreaking realization dawned. The imperfections of Anne's constructed world threatened to reveal potential fissures, inevitable and terrifying. The legacy she so meticulously wove was marred by human emotion, too many compromises, too much unvoiced sadness, making her story both transcendently beautiful and naked in its vulnerability. The world saw a steadfast princess, yet beneath the surface, Anne grappled with the personal and the imperial. A feat few understood, and even fewer could empathize with fully. As Zara brings Anne's legacy into sharper focus, she uncovers a facet of her mother that few understood, a realization that prompts an emotional reckoning for everyone involved. In tracing the delicate lines of Anne's impact, Zara foretells of a new understanding. This journey is far from over. It's a passage that urges Zara, and perhaps in time, the world to reconsider the meaning of heritage, autonomy, and the strength found in embracing one's full, unapologetic self. As the echoes of Anne's life resonate through Zara's soul, the legacy she inherited becomes a bridge, connecting two worlds that so often felt miles apart. As the dust begins to settle, the royal family reacts with varying degrees of shock, support, and defiance. Lines are drawn and allies emerge as Zara finds herself at the center of a growing whirlwind of royal backlash. It's a royal power play that thrusts long-simmering tensions into the light of day. The stately halls of the palace echo with dissonant whispers, each murmur carrying the electric charge of incredulity and intrigue. Behind closed doors, prominent figures within the monarchy are locked in earnest discussion, their voices rising and falling with the tide of raw emotion. Yet some royal faces remain unreadable, calculating eyes peering beneath the polished surface, weighing the odds with cold precision. The venerable tradition that has long been their refuge now feels as if it teeters on the precipice of upheaval. In the midst of this swirling maelstrom, Zara stands as a beacon of unexpected alliances. The whispers of solidarity come from quarters previously unanticipated. Distant cousins, with subtle yet steely resolve, quietly emerge to plant their support firmly in her camp. With the kind of grace exclusive to seasoned storytellers, they lend their voices to her narrative, amplifying her truth in the corridors where words hold weight and shadows cast long political silhouettes. Their unified front marks a searing contrast against the sharply delineated figures of those who oppose her. For every alliance that forms, a counter-move unfurls from the depths of the royal playbook. Media intrigue heightens the spectacle, as camera lenses and news desks become the battlefield where Zara's revelations are relentlessly dissected. The public's fascination waxes with each headline, and the palace now finds itself at the mercy of an audience relentless and hungry for drama. Tabloids capture glimpses of the turmoil, distilling the complexities of this age-old institution into sound bites urgent and tantalizingly incomplete. Within the palace walls, infighting erupts under the guise of strategic dialogue. The divide among the royals widens, leading to heated debates over how best to quell the storm. There's a palpable desperation in their efforts, a frantic scramble to reclaim narratives spiraling out of control. As the monarchy flounders in its attempts to counter Zara's revelations, calculated measures are coldly devised. Family power brokers huddle in tight conclaves, orchestrating moves to undermine her credibility while preserving the fate of unity. The blueprint for this royal counteroffensive is painted in strokes of swift retribution and subtle discreditation, each maneuver crafted to tilt the scales back to tradition's favor, all under the watchful eyes of a nation. The climax builds unhindered, culminating in a tense showdown that sees tradition grapple with the unyielding force of truth. Here, ancient lineage and inherited duty clash with conscience and candor. It's a confrontation fraught with emotional undercurrents and punctuated by moments of stark realization. The facades, once steadfast, are vulnerable, cracking under the weight of undisguised revelations that challenge the very foundation of their authority. Old alliances stand tested, with each historic engagement bespeaking volumes of tacit intent and unspoken agreements. As alliances solidify and opposition stirs, Zara stands resolute, a lone figure rallying for truth amidst the swirling tides of the ever-complicated monarchy. Her journey continues to unfurl, charting a course across storm-laden skies where tradition and candid illumination are set on an inevitable collision. The royal family stands at a crossroads. Will Zara's revelations herald the dawn of a new era, or spell the twilight of an old guard? This crucial moment could see the creation of an evolved monarchy or its steep plunge into historical dust. Witness the dramatic crescendo of Zara's revelations as they remold the royal family's existence. Inside the silent palace walls, where time itself seems to hold its breath, Zara's revelations ripple like a stone cast into still waters. The effect is seismic. Each word, each truth unveiled, sends shockwaves not just through the heart of the monarchy, but across the nation. The weight of possibility is palpable, hanging heavy yet tantalizingly within reach. Zara, once a shadowed figure, now stands in a bold new light, her voice echoing with the promise of change. Could this be the uprising of a new dawn, or the inevitable dusk settling over the old way of power? As the family gathers, eyes turn inward, and the introspection begins. Long-held roles and commitments now seem brittle, ripe for reconsideration. The king himself sits in deep reflection, his gaze distant beyond the ornate walls, perhaps pondering the legacy he will leave behind. His life, a tapestry of duty and adherence to tradition, suddenly appears threadbare, needing reinvention. There is Anne, stalwart and steadfast, whose stoic exterior masks a heart battling between loyalty and truth. Together, amid private debates and whispered conversations, they ponder their places in an evolving future. Their worlds might be changing forever, casting a long shadow, or illuminating an unexpected path forward. Outside the palace, the air is electrified with the narrative of transformation and tension. Public opinion stands divided. Some cheer for Zara's courage, her call for transparency a rallying cry for reform. They see her as a harbinger of progress, a symbol of bravery in the face of convention. Yet, others cling fiercely to tradition, their loyalty unyielding, unwilling to watch the monarchy drift from its radical roots. Voices clash in the streets. Debates flare within homes. The conversation is as much about history as it is the future, the very heartbeat of a nation trembling on the precipice of what could be. Within the palace, discussions extend beyond reflection, envisioning what roles Zara and Anne might occupy in this reimagined monarchy. Zara could become more than a catalyst. She could be a leader of innovation and transparency. Her vision of a monarchy that embraces openness, dialogue, and accountability resonates with those hungry for evolution. Meanwhile, Anne's seasoned wisdom might guide new generations, her knowledge serving as the bridge between the revered past and an emergent future. Their contributions could shape a revitalized institution, one resilient enough to bend without breaking, adapting without surrendering its dignity. Transparency and engagement become cornerstones of ongoing discussions, serving not merely as concepts but as imperative shifts in royal doctrine. To survive, the monarchy must recalibrate its relationship with the public. Strategies evolve from mere ceremonial appearances to genuine engagement, allowing the people not just to witness a spectacle, but to feel part of a shared journey. There is talk of more accessible dialogues, of demystifying the monarchy without diluting its essence. This is not revolution for its own sake, it is a calculated evolution. A deft step onto a bridge spanning two eras. And still, the tension between modernity and tradition thrums, lurking like a silent specter, refusing to yield. Each move forward is fraught with risk, each decision a gamble weighted with history. The possibility of missteps looms, where too eager an advance could unravel centuries of honor. Yet restraint holds its own peril, potentially reducing the royal lineage to a relic, bypassed by the swift current of time. As the sounds of the final chapter echo in the halls of history, the question remains: what legacy will Zara leave behind in the shadows of her mother's past? Through her revelations, might she craft a powerful new identity for the crown, a beacon instead of the bind? In this intricate dance between constancy and change, the royal family teeters on the edge, poised to write a future as uncertain as it is filled with potential, waiting for the dawn or dusk only time will reveal. In the wake of it all, how has the legacy of Princess Anne been irrevocably altered by her daughter's acts of revelation? The dust settles over a rewritten story of resilience, sacrifice, and rebirth. This closing chapter presents a personal and familial saga in a new light, forever changing how the world sees Zara, Anne, and the royal family at large. With Zara's bold declaration shaking the very foundations of royal pretense, a new dawn emerges, casting the once shrouded tale into harsh yet cleansing sunlight. Long-hidden truths resonate across corridors of power and over the whispers of the public, as Zara's revelations break open narratives that had long held sway in the shadows. The courageous unveiling of her mother's struggles and strengths shifts perceptions, offering a portrait of Princess Anne that brims with complexity and humanity beyond the gilded cages of royalty. Zara steps not only as a daughter, but as a herald of authenticity, honoring Anne's fortitude with a narrative reconstructed from the remnants of silence. Anne, once perceived solely as a dutiful royal, now stands as a figure of immense depth, her humanity no longer a whispered secret, but a celebrated legacy. That legacy is no longer hidden behind palace walls, but acknowledged in the hearts of those who now see her as both noble and human. Zara, ever the fierce guardian of truth, becomes a beacon, navigating the intricate dance of honor and rebellion. She writes her mother's story into history with the ink of courage and compassion, and her role as custodian of this truth ensures Anne's sacrifices were not made in vain. As the royal family grapples with the echoes of Zara's revelations, the ripple effect is undeniable. Conversations once avoided now echo loudly in halls that had, for too long, preferred silence. Royals who once stood aloof find themselves at a crossroads, where tradition and transformation intersect. Behind the stoic fades, a newfound awareness takes root, one that dares to look beyond the veneer and acknowledge deeper truths. The public, too, is captivated, their curiosity and support coalescing into a collective realization that the monarchy stands on the precipice of change. This evolution within the monarchy gestures toward a reimagined identity that resonates with authenticity, a path guiding toward a more transparent and emotionally resonant future. No longer bound by the constraints of tradition, the monarchy, led by voices like Zara's, begins to weave its stories into a tapestry rich with the nuances of experience and reflection. With each revelation, the family's narrative now breathes, full of color and life, transcending the monochrome simplicity of the past. The echoes of Zara's courageous declaration resound across time as future chapters await, their stories shaped by the legacy she reclaimed and redefined, paving a path soaked in questions unanswered and truths finally spoken. Though much remains uncertain, the clarity with which Anne's life now shines ensures that her legacy is one of enduring impact, one that will guide each future step of a monarchy ready to embrace its newfound profound humanity.